So, new day, new opportunities in the market. It's 1 past 9 a.m. What's going on right now? I'm marked out 8:30 midnight open. We got the possibility of open range gap being kind of large. 9:30 open is here, but obviously hasn't happened yet. Yes, we are over the high here, which means this could be a possible SMT. Yesterday I posted a video where I took like 5 hours short. The audio was a little bit corrupted, which made me very frustrated, but I still uploaded the video because the trade was so good, and I wanted to want to have that recorded on my YouTube channel. But right now I'm trying to see if I can catch a similar trade to yesterday, maybe. The thing in here is that yesterday was bank holiday and today. So how price kind of works usually, or often at least, is that after bank holiday, the day after bank holiday can be bad price action. But yeah, yesterday even was bad price action, but I was able to catch like a good trade pre-market, but we gotta kind of see how yesterday played out. That was Monday. So Monday, I took short here, and we absolutely just melted. You can go see my last YouTube video if you are interested to see that. I took that trade live, but then market opens somewhere here, and we just chop up the whole day. We don't see anything, and this is perfect example of why I wanted to take that pre-market short. The real move of today for me, or the move of the morning, happened at the pre-market short, and that's maybe one of the things that I could start doing more. Is that if I'm anticipating choppy day, I could get into the charts at 8:30 and try to see if there is like a chance of price giving some nice trades pre-market in that 8:30 9:30 window, because that could be even like 7 from 7 onwards. But yeah, so today is a new day. So ES took the high here. We are still yet to take it. It looks like, because we are like climbing up, we are not, market is not showing any bearishness whatsoever. So I'm kind of thinking like we are just going to sweep that high sooner or later. But we're kind of extended right now at the all-time highs. So do you want to short all-time highs? I don't really know. We shorted these two candles yesterday. So now we swept some liquidity, got into the new week opening gap, broke higher, respected this breaker, and it's breaker because we got low, high, lower, low, higher, high, and we put on new day opening gap here. So we got some gaps lower, we got open range gap here, so there is a chance that market wants to melt into the range, and that's definitely a possibility, but we are bullish still, so I wouldn't really like, as much as I would want to see this SMT hold and we short, this is looking totally bullish, and this is the liquidity pool to be swept next. So I don't really know what I'm trying to see today. Market could just break through the high, and especially if we break through the high, I mean, I would prefer first like a move lower like here, then like a break through the high with like a fair value gap in this region so that you could get long there. But honestly, I don't know if I would want to see that, or if I would take the trade or anything like that. Now what looks better for me is that short-term equal lows here. We're trading above 8:30, above midnight. We got large opening range gap. There's a chance that market is going to be choppy today. So what I would want to see is either this SMT to hold, preferably maybe just sweep the high and then see some structure, break a structure lower, and then we could see like a melt towards the sell side down here. But if this happened, I wouldn't necessarily take short quite here yet. I would need to see something more because of the range from this low to this high is kind of large, if you know what I'm saying. So there's chance for both sells and shorts and longs, sorry. But it's a little bit like a tricky situation because the general good rule is that you don't want to short at all-time highs. So we need to kind of be careful with this. But you know, like if it gives very nice looking short, you don't have to target any like large external pulls. You can just go for internal equal lows such as these. But as of now, very much bullish structure. The only thing that I would, or let's say gun to my head, I would think that we are going to mitigate into this fair rally gap now and then move higher from that. So that's what I'll be kind of monitoring now. The opening range gap, we'll see kind of how that forms in 22 minutes. But yeah, I'll come back to you if I get some new ideas or at the market open 9:30 at least. So it's 9:29 right now. ES has melted a lot here, and I'm starting to think of sells, but the problem is that NQ, I'm not quite sure if the structure is there yet. We broke lower here, but I'm still kind of hesitating, and would I get in with that fair value gap being here? Possibly, I don't know. But the problem is that we are far up into the leg, and we could have like rejection around that equilibrium level. Maybe it's going to melt to there now. Then at the market open, it's kind of pumping higher again, then giving another sell. That would be the preferred way of me kind of being a part of short move lower. But even this could happen. I could possibly try out like a sell here. So let's actually see how that would play out. So if that comes to this fair value gap, I might take a short. Then I would have to go like aggressive break even somewhere around here. I mean, I wouldn't call that aggressive, considered that that's 2R at that point, but I'm trying to target these lows really. So okay, so now didn't get in, now we're melting, so ES is running much lower. So we are making the opening range gap much smaller now. Possibly, but we'll just have to see what happens. Now we've got into this 3-minute fair value gap. So this would be this could be a point where we see like a rejection, retracement higher. But this is kind of large volume candle, so if we now come back up, I wouldn't just trust this as a sell necessarily. I would want to see like a reaction out of that first. That's kind of what my intuition is saying here. But we got the market open in 4 minutes, so that's the case. So the structure in here is still bullish, even though we are dropping heavily right now. So the case in here is that we got new day opening gap here, new week opening gap here. So I would want, because of these, I would want market to come like low like this. This being the now the sell side pull to target, and then after it takes the sell side, I would want to see some type of work towards the buy side again. There is a chance that we just continue melting, possibly. So now that I'm looking at this, that's actually real chance. So we'll kind of have to see how that would play out. But the thing in here is that we are in bullish structure. We broke higher this for our order block. With these candle bodies, the 50% level of these bodies, mean threshold of the order block is the most important area. So that's why this 0.5 level is notable level, and I want to see if market melts down, if we can see like a rejection or reversal at this point, which we are now pushing towards. Actually the market open happened just so. Opening range gap, it's a small one, like super small, and in this case I don't really care about this opening range gap, like it's small. I'm just gonna keep it here just in case, but I might erase that off. Then 930 price there, same thing with it. Yes, here and here. So let's look at the ES real quick as well. So the structure looks like this. Let's see what's the mean threshold. Mean threshold is like a couple of points, 1 point, something like that. Not even 1 point, but anyway. Now we're getting back there. But yeah, major amount of sell side liquidity has been swept pre-market, and now the first candle in the market open sweeps this low as well. So now my preferred thing, what I would want to see, is market kind of stalling right now in here, then building some structure, looking something like, I don't know, reject here, then just we could get long here. Preferably this could even pull lower, give like a breaker here, and then that could be like a very good looking long. But right now don't really know about that. But I'm probably not going to short this because of the fact that the whole price action in this area is so choppy and congested that this could easily just stop price action and then give it a little bit of movement to the upside. Okay, some time has now passed, and pretty much the whole day we have just traded lower. So at this point we are trading in this fair value gap, and this is the last chance of the day to kind of catch some type of retracement. So we're about to enter in 15 minutes to 11 to 12 hour candle, so which means getting closer to lunch. If we are now getting some type of break of structure above this high, maybe inverting this gap, I would expect to see a move above this high, maybe above this high. Best case scenario, maybe we can get back to this first fair value gap, and if the trade happened here, which I'm still waiting for. The best move of the day happened at the highs, but there was really not enough confluence for me to get in. So really, I'm just now waiting for some type of chance to get long. So we got the 50-minute Ferrari gap with that green box here. We could break lower once more. I'm 100% sure that we're going to see that retracement higher. If not in next hour, then it's probably going to happen in lunch hour. I'm not sure if I'm willing to trade lunch hour though, but at least I'm going to see the next 14 minutes and trying to see what market kind of does. Right now, I would want to see this as the low of the session, and now I would kind of just reject from here, break structure, get entry, target, maybe like internal highs in here, with a trade looking something like this, 1 to 2 around that region. So we'll kind of see what happens now. The candles to the downside are still higher volume than the candles to the upside, so this is not really indicating any bullishness as of now, but I'm still positive that we can catch some type of long here to these lower time frame liquidity pools. So still waiting. Okay, this is probably the chance to get in. Realistically, we broke structure to the upside. So I took half of the position in here. And if we see like a retracement here, let's say we form like a Ferrari gap here, we get retracement, I'm adding to the position, targeting a high above here. The reason why I'm a little bit aggressive here with my entry is that I've seen this leave me, and I'm just fine with the idea of entering like this, where I kind of take partial entries. If we retrace lower, then I can get in with a little bit larger position, but I'm still not missing the trade if it ends up running just like massive volume with a couple of candles. So I'm still part of the trade and happy about that. So I set my TP here. Okay, now honestly we are starting to run in profit, but I'm just hoping that we see a retracement so that I can get in with higher position value, I guess. Now this 50-minute high is the real target here, considering that we have first fair value gap above it. We haven't really got into that, so that's a good fine target still, because of that especially, and the range is large to the downside. The equilibrium of the range is here, and that's something that's important, and nice to see that it lines up with the high and buy side liquidity that I marked out here. So now I'm hoping for a retracement into this fair value gap. If you don't see that, then I'm content anyway, because I'm still in the trade. So this is like the inversion trade entry, where like inversion traders like to take the entries with the according to the inversions, and this would kind of be like it, but I don't like what I usually often find that is the inversions work, but sometimes, and like maybe like 50% of the time or something like that, maybe even more, price likes to still pull lower. So there's really no need for me to get in with the whole position up here. I've realized that like price likes to give retracement still, and that's giving me a chance to get in this region. But yeah, so this is perfect right now. Starting to push higher. Unfortunately, I couldn't get in, and it's starting to look like it's leaving, but it could still retrace a fair amount. But when I start trading at around 9 a.m., I have the idea of longs. I don't need to watch this like this. Like I'm kind of sitting in front of my computer, but I'm you can kind of do other things on the side. Maybe I don't know, read some books or something like that, and then kind of just keep an eye on the marketplace. And because for example, the thing that I have tried to see and get the whole day, but market just doesn't give it, and it took very long time so to kind of play out. So if I had like just stared at the market the whole time, I would be exhausted right now. But I don't know, that's just me. Okay, now we're pushing lower. I'm adding here, so that's around the same area, but I wanted to add here because of the push here. So now we are in with fair size, around 1% risk, so that's just where my risk tolerance is, and the break-even point will be at that high minimum. BE at the high, and I'm content whatever this trade gives me. I'm content with it because, well, the trading week has been fairly good for me. So like I'm not really anxious about the result, I would say, but it's starting to look good. And this is one of those things where I have or I used to be getting like losses with these kind of conditions where I try to see something and then I try to force it. Let's say I try to see a break of structure and then entry with the fair value gap. This could be, for example, something that I would have taken, and then it would annoy me very, very much that then these type of things happened for me. And I would say the problem is that I wasn't really waiting for quality setups. And other thing as well is that I had an idea of I will stop my trading day at around 11. So this trade I got in 10:58. So this is around the latest trades I used to be willing to take. And then closer you get to 11 a.m. I would have been like, oh, we're not getting anything. I will close the charts, and then we get the trade at around 11 a.m. and then I just miss it. And this could still be a loser, but I'm still liking the setup. And if I lose, I'm still following my rules, and this is good setup for me, good trade for me anyway. So this is a good day for me, whether or not this trade wins. But the kind of thing is that previously I wasn't really patient. I wanted to force, let's say, this setup, because I was like, okay, if I'm not taking this setup, then there's probably not going to be any setup, and then I just see some setup at the 11 to 12 hour or during the lunch hour, and that was exactly the one setup that I wanted to see. But then I had already taken a loss, and I would be frustrated and stuff like that. So, but right now I've kind of learned now my lessons, and today I waited, and now I have taken the setup that I wanted to see. So let's just hope that this plays out. But again, no pressure to for anything to play out. Really, like I'm just content. I'm happy about the performance today, and yeah, it's not really leaving like you would want to see it leave right now. I would say so, because these candles are a little bit choppy, but we can still pick up some pace, which it is doing it right now. Excuse me, but yeah. So market is continuing the push right now. So I created a plan for this trade. So we go break even and go 50% off at the high here, and then this high will be the full TP hit. That's pretty much the plan. Mainly because the high and break even position here is 15 minute high here. But then the main buy side high is not really much of anything. It's kind of just the ultimatum here. So because of the time, it's past 11 right now, and we have seen the most of the volume for the day during this price action between 9:30 and 11, I would say. Usually that's the time. So the price action can be a little bit choppy, but it's kind of respecting the areas I want to see right now. I would just want to see, like, obviously, a couple of bigger candles and creating some fair value gaps, because yeah, market is moving to my direction, but we haven't really created fair value gaps, for example. Like, we're kind of just wicking in this area and not moving much. It's moving more higher than lower, but it's not still creating fair value gaps or displacement, you would say. So we'll see what happens. So TP1 just hit above here. And yeah, I'm moving break even right now. So this is another great day for my great form. I've been trading fairly well recently, but there's no need to be overly excited. I'm now kind of contemplating whether or not I should close the trade here. Because of the kind of choppy structure, it's not really exciting movement. I don't know if we are going to see a price all the way up. But technically we didn't even sweep the high. My limit entry was still triggered, but we didn't sweep the high still yet, so I'm just waiting. Sometimes price kind of stalls around the high and then it kind of rips with like a large candle through the high. So I'm still waiting, and if it goes to my break even, this is still a winner trade, so there's no need to do anything specific. Just trade with the plan. So what's going on right now is that we came close to the high, put on a couple bearish candles. Let's see if we respect this bullish order block. That would be preferred, to see if price wants to put on a little bit more aggressive movement towards the buy side above here. I would close at that high here. So let's see, we are now pushing a little bit further. Like, when price comes this close to the high and doesn't really take it, it's high likelihood that it's going to take it. Now, could that mean that you could go long? If let's say you are not in a position, you could technically go long here and try to get like 1 to 1.7 or something like that. What is the problem with that though? It's that market structure in this specific situation is kind of choppy here, and so I'm not sure if market is going to just respect the first order block here. like in these kind of situations, there is chance that market wants to melt a little bit, maybe take all that out and then maybe leave higher, maybe even melt and then give absolute massive candle higher. These kind of things have happened. So we'll kind of see right now. You can see how market kind of messes with traders, people who have stop losses here, especially the amateur traders can be heavily uncomfortable right now. They kind of want to see market take the high, but it just stalls right here, and then they make like bad decisions, closing a little bit too early, missing on some profits. I don't know. That's very common for traders to do so. But yeah, I took my profits at around here, so I still have the 50% of the position. And yeah, I'm not willing to do much with it. I'm just looking at this, and I wouldn't even have to look at this. I'm having my stop at the break even down here. There's breathing room for my stop loss. Market can do whatever it wants. I don't really care anymore. But just for the sake of the video, I'm going to follow the market for a while now. So this is exactly what I mean. Now we push lower with heavy candle. It doesn't really mean much, although sometimes price gives these kind of equal highs and then just leaves totally to other direction and then comes back later, you know. But you know, if I was long here and I didn't take profits yet, I would be heavily frustrated right now. But instead I'm chilling. So at this point, I reckon we are going to get stopped out break even with the rest of the position, but it's still you know, profitable trade. So profitable day is amazing day for me, you know. Even though I didn't make as much money as I would have wanted to make, but it's totally fine. You know, once I acquire larger account size, these kind of smaller winning days are still fairly big, large days, you know. And right now, the thing is that my stop was break even. Is this a good stop position? Technically, no, because the choppy movement kind of introduced the idea of price being able to sweep the low and still moving back higher. So that's kind of the idea. So technically, there was no logical reason for me to put my stop at the break-even position. I would say that somewhere in here the stop would still be safe, but I just wanted to get out of the trade if it didn't move to my favor like fairly swiftly, you know. But now this kind of drop could give you like another position for an inverse to go long. That could be a situation to look at. So this structure is still bullish, don't get me wrong. And I would say that the higher probability of market is still to go long and move higher. But you know, I just chose to be, or I chose not to be a part of the trade anymore. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.